Hello guys and welcome back. This time, we will learn how to make a 3D plan from a 2D drawing. This will be a step-by-step tutorial, using basic methods and editable elements. You will also learn how to make a simple animation around the scene with basic camera movements. This tutorial works with both Eevee and Cycles render engines. With those two options, you can render fast animation for interior preview, and also have some more realistic still shots from top view. So enjoy! For this tutorial, we will go with something simple, this apartment house. If you're working on something else, just try to clean it first and only keep the walls. Once you're done, go to the Save menu, and export it as a DXF file. I did save it before, so I will make another copy here. Name it something nice and hit Save. Now into Blender, delete the default objects, then, go to the add-on settings to enable the DFX add-on. There are two of them, so enable the second one. After that, go to File, Import, and you should see the DXF format here. Select it, and navigate to where you saved the drawing file. It did import here but not at origin point. In this case, just use the comma key in the number pad to zoom at selection, and press G to move it in position. Those texts are not that important, so delete them. Once you place it here, make sure the scale is correct. I did draw a 15 by 15 meter square around the walls, so we can check that with the dimension tool. I think it all good. After that, before we start modeling the walls, select everything and put it in the same collection, then enable this icon to make the drawing unclickable. Now, to model the walls, we will go along the drawing, while keeping in mind that the interior and balcony doors start from the ground level. With the right mouse button here, make a new collection. Then, from Add, go to Mesh and select Cube, press Send to see the dimensions on the right area. Those walls are 15 by 15 centimeters, so make the cube the same, and give it a height of 0.9. We start with this as a base height for normal windows, then we can extend it up to the right attitude. From the top here, enable the snap tool and put it on vertices. Move the cube and snap it to this corner. Now, from the top view, make it on X-ray and switch the work window to edit mode. Inside edit mode, make it on vertices selection to start extruding the cube. I will select those set of vertices on the left side of the cube, and with the shortcut E for extrude command, we can extend a new part from the main cube along the x-axis. Make sure to extrude the walls in each corner so that we can close the wall correctly. Once you reach a door, to skip this area, we will copy those 4 vertices and snap them to the opposite corner, then we can continue with extrusion. The process is repeated in each wall, so I will comment when needed. Here, in front of the balcony, is a door, so make sure to skip it. Once you reach a second wall like here, switch to face selection, and highlight the opposite faces. Then, with the right mouse button, hit bridge faces to connect them. Now as you see, if you switch back to vertices, all of them are welded correctly. Here, on the corner we started with, if we just extrude the last face to the one in front of it, what you have now is vertices over each others. And sometimes you can fix this by welding the vertices directly. To do that, you select all the vertices in the area, 8 in my case, and you go to Vertex, Merge Vertices, and hit Merge by Distance. The thing is, this method is not accurate sometimes. Like here, it should delete 4 vertices but instead it removed only 2. To be fair, this methods work most of the time, but the bridge is more accurate, so stick with it. Here, I am selecting the vertices in front of each other, then with the keyboard number 3, switch to face selection, and bridge the faces. Now, once you're done with that, switch to front view and select all the top faces, then, hold Ctrl and deselect the windows. We will extend those selection 2 times, first one to the door and windows top level, which is 2.1 meters, the second extend to the ceiling level, and for me 2.7 meters. So, I hit E for extrude and pressed 1.2 for the height needed to cover the doors and the windows. Then, another extrusion by 0.6 meters to reach the ceiling level. Now what we need to do is connect the walls with bridge command. And that's it for the walls. We can now place a plane as a floor. Press Shift A to add it, then move it to one corner and extend it with vertices selection. Make sure the floor is under the walls. Now with Ctrl R, we can add some cuts on the floor to remove the extra parts in the bottom area. I added 4 loop cuts to mark the exterior walls here and deleted those 3 faces. Same way with the balcony, add another plane and snap it to one of the balconies, then inside edit mode, use vertices selection to scale it on both axes until it fits the area. After that, select those 4 vertices and use Shift D to copy the face to the next balcony. In the last one here, press R to rotate this face by 90, then snap it to one of those corners, and scale it to fit. I am also going to add a cube here and scale it down as a covering part around the balcony floor. It will work as a base for the railing which we will finish later. I made it 10 centimeters in height and used extrude command to extend it along the area needed, and again, repeat the process in the other balconies. Now, to start adding doors and windows to the scene, make a new collection. We also need to open the add-on settings and enable both the Arch Mesh and Arch Pack add-ons. After that, from Add, go to Mesh and look for the Arch Pack tab. In it, you can find couple of elements that we can use. Let us start with the windows. For the balcony, we need a railing one, so I will select this, and it should add it on the cursor. Use G to move it on place. The editing on it is quite simple. Use those white arrows to scale the window around until it fits the hole. Here on the right, there's also an Arch Pack settings. With those numbers, you can add or delete parts from the object you're working on, adjust the thickness or even change the window type. Experiment with it. Once you're done with the first window, go to Top View and select it, then make a copy with Shift D to the other balcony. To edit the new copy, select the frame, and in the Arch Pack settings, hit Manipulate to show the white arrows around the new window. Once you finished here, make a new copy to the last balcony, and edit it to fit the area needed. When you're done editing on any Arch Pack object, hit Manipulate again to hide those arrows and numbers around it. We will add quite a number of elements on this scene, so keep the view clean. Now, for the kitchen window, we will use the first type, and as before, use G to move it in place and play with the arrows until it fits the hole. Once you're done with the kitchen, make a copy of this window to the upper wall, and fix it again to fit the new area. We will leave the bathroom window for now. I did make a model for it, so we will add it later. Now for the doors, go to Arch Pack and select Door. This last one on my screen is same as the third type but with different presets, so don't mind it. Once you added the third type door, it's the same as in editing the windows. Move it in place and scale it with the white arrows until it fits. Here in the door direction, change the opening for the door to be the same as the drawing. The offset value will slide the door along its frame, and the depth will control the thickness on the door and the frame, each on its presets, so experiment with it. And once you're done with the first door, select it and copy it to the next area needed. Here in the main door, once you scale it to fit, what you can do is play with the model value to add some bevel to it, and in the bottom here you can see more presets to control that. We can use those small changes in the door settings to make a difference between the main door, the bathroom door and the other doors. in the bathroom door, and as before, use the arrows to make it fit, and once you're done, change the model type to make it look different from the others. I will go with the third model, and change the settings a bit until it looks fine, so experiment with it. Once you're done with the shape, copy it to the other bathroom and let us finish with the doors. Now, to add some lightings to the scene, we are already on Eevee, so switch to render view by holding the Z key, and with the right mouse button in this area, split the work window vertically. Change the right side to shading editor, and make it from here on world shading. I will add an HDRI sky to the scene, and for that, we need an environment texture. From Add, go to Texture, and select the environment texture. Open it to add the HDRI map. I will upload the one I used, but feel free to experiment with other ones. Just Google free HDRI sky and you can find many good ones. Once we connect it to the background node, it should appear in the viewport. In Eevee settings, enable ambient occlusion, bloom and space refractions. Make the shadows on high bit depth, and change the color look to any of the contrast options. I did here add a new plane as a ground to the entire scene, and move it down under the main floor. We won't need the DXF collection anymore, so hide it from the eye icon. Next up is the sun. Go to the Add menu and place a sun in the scene. Use the shortcuts, G and R, to move and rotate the sun lamp. Once you're done here, go to the sun parameters and make the strength 5 on value. After that, let us add a glass material to the windows. Make the shading mode on object to see the nodes. And enable use nodes if needed. For this part of the tutorial, I will use Blender Kit library to add some pre-made material. If you don't have it on, you need to open the add-on settings and look for the kit library. You also need to visit the main site for a standard email registration. Won't take a minute. To add material from this library, first, put it here on Find Material, then, either look for the glass manually through those categories in the bottom, or just write in the search part the material name you need. I will use this material right here. Just hold it and drag over the face you need like shown. Copy the Eevee glass material to the other windows in any method you want. What I did here is selecting all the remaining windows and link them to the first one with Ctrl L, then choose material. This way you can copy a material to multiple objects fast and easy. Now, to add the bathroom window, we will import a model to the scene, make a new collection as always, then, go to File, Append, and look for the model file. Once you open it, select the collection folder as shown and hit Append. Here it is. Now from top view, snap it to the bathroom wall, and fix its place. Once you're done, select the wall and inside edit mode, extrude this face up to close the hole. Copy this model now to the second bathroom and fix it with the same process. This model and the arch pack elements are manageable for any animation you want to make. In the bathroom door, the glass should have its faces assigned, but it seems not, so, to do that, inside edit mode, and with face selection, highlight those faces on both sides of the door, then, extrude them to inside along normal, and assign them to the glass material we already have. Then, change it from the material slide to the same Eevee glass we used in Windows. Hit the number near the material name to separate it from the Windows glass. After that, we can change the color to something blue and decrease the transparency value to make it more reflective. This harsh blue color in the glass is from the HDRI, it's showing because we don't have a ceiling yet. Now, repeat the same process to add glass to the second bathroom windows. before we finish this part, let us add a material to the floor. Using the same Blender library, look for marble, and as before, click the material and drag it over the face needed. The ground plane is intersecting with the floor, so I need to lower it more on the Z-axis. Once you added the material to the floor, change the right work window to UV editing. As you see, the marble texture is quite big, so we need to scale it down. Select the floor and hit Tab for edit mode, then press A to select all. After that, in the UV editor, select all and hit the S key to scale it around until it seems fit. I did scale it up by 9 and for me it looks nice, so I will leave it like that. The bathroom floor should have a different material, but first, we need to add some cuts with Ctrl-R to mark the bathroom area on the floor, and assign the faces to a second material. Once you've finished with the cuts, in the material settings, hit the plus button to add a new material, and assign the highlighted faces to it. The main floor is out of scale now. Hit the U key to unwrap it from view, and scale it again to fit. For the bathroom floor, I will look for a tiled ceramic. This one maybe, and drag it over the face needed, and as before, scale it in the UV editor until it seems fit. I did see a material that would look nice on the bathroom walls, this one, so let us add it. First, add a base material to the walls. This should be the first in line, and then, inside edit mode, highlight the bathroom faces and assign them to a new material. Now here, to unwrap it, it says the object has non-uniform scale, which mean you need to apply scale on the mesh before unwrap it. To do that, go back to object mode and hit Ctrl-A to apply scale. Here it is. I think it looks fine, so I will leave it like this. Next time we will continue with the interior lightings and furniture. Stay sharp guys, goodbye.